really can't think that is what it is for a 4 for $4. You really can't think that's what it is, these sandwiches being $1. You really can't think that is what it is when you go and drive through a drive-through, and then by the time you get to the end, the food ready. All it took was 2 minutes. I'm gonna let y'all think about that. I just realized it has took me over 20 plus years to learn what I'm about to tell you guys in 10 minutes. Number one, y'all, fiber first, then protein. And I know you hear a lot, like every meal gotta have protein, every meal gotta have protein. And yeah, do your protein thing. But let's be real, y'all. If you are not matching that with fiber, then your gut health is at stake. Sure that what goes in comes out. Like the primary source of eating is just to make sure that the body gets what it needs from the food, and then everything else, it disposes of it. Number two, I saw this on TikTok and it made me laugh, but it was so real, y'all. And the girl said something along the lines of, food be good for 15 minutes, but you be big for 15 years. I'm gonna say that again. Food only be good for like 15 minutes, but you spend the rest of your life being big bag. And that really hit me, because it's like I used to eat for like taste or whatnot, and now I eat for mental clarity, I eat for energy, I eat for longevity. Y'all, food isn't just calories. A lot of these companies market to us, they put a lot of things on the front of the label because they know when we go to the back, we only look at the nutritional facts. But if we really wanted to like be on our stuff, we would really look at the ingredients. And I would say, like, don't be hard on yourself if you're new to looking at ingredients. But one ingredient that I will say focus on is natural flavors. And natural flavors, like, you could be looking at something and you'll think it's completely vegan, you'll think it's healthy, you'll see that they market things with the color green to make you feel like it's healthy. But when you flip it over and you see like dextrose and natural flavors, understand this, y'all. Natural flavors means that they can put over 100 chemicals, 100 things, and just name it natural flavors. Yes, you heard that right. Google it and then come back and let me know, okay? Because I could be wrong, but yeah. Do your homework. It might be 5 ingredients on there, but if you see that natural flavors, tack on 100 more ingredients that you don't even know what it is. It's just classified as one thing, which is called a natural flavor. It's like, y'all, they know that food is information, so why not mess with it? Think about the itis. Like, if you eat a certain type of food, you're gonna feel sluggish, sleepy. But if you eat a smoothie, you're gonna be like, dang, I'm still hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference. There's a difference. You eating all this heavy food, you're gonna be sluggish, ain't gonna be able to think right, you're gonna have brain fog, you're gonna have all these things going on. And it's just crazy how, like, once you switch over how you think, you start to realize, dang, I had the game messed up. Number 3, I have learned that sunlight over supplements. And for us specifically, African Americans, I don't know how many times I went to the doctor and they are like, oh, your vitamin D level is low, and they want to give me supplements. And I'm just like, dang, if vitamin D is in food, mushrooms and dark leafy greens, if vitamin D is in the sun, why not just recommend that I get out and ensure that I'm getting the sun daily? Like right now, I'm waiting on my food. I'm about to eat my food in the park. And it's just like, I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm about to just grow up for a little bit. I'm going to sit in the park, make sure I get my daily intake of vitamin D so I don't have to go back down that road no more. Supplements is cool. I'm not a doctor, y'all. So if you got to do your supplement things to match the places that you're like lacking, do that. But understand, when it comes to things like vitamin D, like, just make sure, like, vitamin D can not only boost your serotonin, like, I could be having a bad day, or you could too, right? And then you get out in the sun and you just like maybe you walk in 10K steps or whatever you got to do. Just get outside. Tell me you don't feel better. Tell me you don't be like, dang, I feel so much better. And then, so it's just like, there's medicine in sunlight. And it took me so long to know that, because they used to tell me, like, stay out the sun because you'll get sunburned. You don't want to get tanned, and put on sunscreen to block your skin from the sun. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't wear sunscreen. This is me, y'all. This is me. I don't wear sunscreen. I want the sun to kiss my skin so that I can make sure that I'm getting the UV rays that I need for vitamin D. Because I have been down the road of having low vitamin D, and low vitamin D it can make you moody. It can give you anxiety. It can give you all these things. And if they just told us that if we got outside in the sun, it would potentially be better. Like, this stuff is mind-blowing, y'all. So it's just like eating for mental clarity, getting out in the sun, eating fiber to make sure we're flushing our body of things that we put in that don't always get out. You know how long the colon is? Eat your fiber. Make sure you eat your fiber. Okay? Next, y'all. I hear this so much. I'm gonna die anyway. I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. And it's just like, dang, I can't believe we are so far gone from just wanting to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Prevention is easier than a prescription, y'all. I'm just gonna be real. Like, I would rather, they say it's expensive to eat healthy, and yeah, that could be right. But if you go out to eat right, that's $50, $70. You going out on a date or whatever. You could have got so many things for that price, but you spent it on that one meal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I would rather ensure that I'm spending my money that way than to have a prescription and a doctor bill that, if you live in America, an ambulance bill is $1,500. So let alone you go in there for a splinter in your finger. They might charge you $100K. No exaggeration. If you live in America, they might charge you $2,000, and all you did was just go in there with a little headache, and then they sent you out with some type of Advil. And last, y'all, and then I'm gonna get out y'all way because I really do think my food is ready. I've learned to just set this on for my future. You know, I don't have kids, but I think the people you surround yourself with, they might not be on the same wave, but if they see you doing it and they see it's working for you, they might want to hop on board. You know what I'm saying? They might start small and then just be like, what's the healthy thing you told me about? Like, they start asking you questions, right? So it's just like, how should I put this? In our culture, right, they say that things are genes. It's our genes. Do the research, y'all. I'm not lying. It's only 5% of our genetics. You know, a lot of this stuff is lifestyle. It's lifestyle things that are passed down from generation to generation to generation. So yes, people say, oh, breast cancer run in my family. Oh, high blood pressure run in my family. No, it's the lifestyle that is being passed down to us. So it's up to us to make the adjustment for the next generation that's coming up. So yeah, if I do decide to have kids one day, I'm not going to push vegan on them. That's not my agenda. But I am going to make sure my babies are well taken care of. I'm not going to go into society how they want me to. I'm going to go into society making sure that they are meeting their nutrients out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So much more to this, y'all. I just had to pop in. Like, I really just wanted to share that with y'all. But I need to get outside. It's really late, y'all. The sun is setting in like an hour. My food's ready. I could absolutely make a part 2. Love you guys. I gotta go. Bye.